Just firstly, just press F11, okay, and here you get this accounting feature, and just move on here. This to see there. This is the option that is the predefined allocation center. Okay, this is the predefined allocation center. Okay, so how can we use? We have to activate previously for that. That is the cost center, and again use the cost. Not this. Just click on next one. This is the cost category, right? So use here only the cost center and cost category. And when you activate these two options, then you can able to use this predefined allocation center. Third one, okay. So after activating this, we have to make some cost centers and category. Then we have to activate this option, that it will work. And accept that. And after accepting this, just move out. And here we have the accounting info option, and just see there are two options available there: cost category and cost center. So you know very well how can we define the ledgers. For example, if you want to just pay some bill and you want to just define the bill in the form of categories and center, you can use these two options. So just move on cost category and create here, just like this. Total expense, account, or just type of total expense, nothing, account, total expense. This is my category, okay. And similarly, we do the electricity expenses, and last one, telephone expenses, and accept that. So here we have the three category, and we need to just define the centers, okay. And we have to decide also the category for that particular center. Just create it like this. Just type the first. You need to select the category like this, telephone expenses, and here we just describe the Airtel bill. Airtel. Next one, Reliance. Okay, and just type Vodafone. So here we have the three telephone expenses, and just move by using backspace and give some space. Sorry, use the space and choose what option? Electricity expenses. And just type here residential, and official.
Yes, sir.
Right. Just move on again and press space. You will get the option, and here we choose hotel expenses and just type here Taj Hotel and Ashoka Hotel. So these are the centers which comes under a specific group. You can observe all the things by using the display option. Just move on display. You will get all the things like this.
Yes, sir.
And you want to just change something in this particular centers, you need to just move on alter and just type here, and you can change the headings or categories as well. After this, just move outside, and we need to just create here a ledger. Just move on ledger and create your ledger. First one, we need to just use capital account. Under the capital account, the owner account, just accept it, and use the expense account. And it comes under the indirect expenses. And you need to just activate here the cost center are applicable. So just keep in mind it should be yes here. And after that, just accept this for ledger. Just move out here and just press F11. You just need to move on accounting feature again. And just see there. Yes, here we have the option that is the use predefined cost center allocation in transaction. Okay. Just press yes and press enter. You will get the class name. Here just type here telephone. That is the class name. Okay. And you if you have the percentage of that expenses for the telephone, for example, you want to just pay the 20% for the budget for the telephone, Airtel company and Reliance, that is the 60%, and here 20%. It means if we pay 100 rupees, it will automatically divide the share between these three: 20 for the Airtel bill, 60 for the Reliance, and 20 for the Vodafone, right? So here we predefined the value of the bill for the telephone expenses in the form of percentage. And similarly, just move on electricity expenses, and you just need to just enter the list, and you want to just create another class. You need to type here electricity class, right? And here we choose the electricity expenses and choose official bill. I think it will be 80% and 20% for the residential. It is the predefined bill. Okay. Similarly, after accepting that, we need to just move on the next one. That is for hotel expense. That is hotel and space. Give some space. You will get the things and just choose Ashoka Hotel, and it will pay 90% of the total amount, and Taj Hotel 10% of the total amount. Right. So here we define the share of the particular
Yes, sir.
bill amount in the form of percentage, right? And accept that. So here we have the three criteria. You can choose anyone during bill payment and accept that. By using Control A, it will accept. And after accepting that, just move on here and press in F6. Just move on receipt voucher, and we don't need to use the class here. So just use here not applicable, because we don't need to use cost center here. Okay. Here we just need only the cash amount receiving from the capital, whatever the amount, just type here like this. And after accepting this, just press F5 for the payment voucher. And here you need to just select the particular class for the particular bill payment. So here we choose telephone. This is my class. This is the telephone is my class. Just click on enter. And here we choose what cash amount. Here we pay the form of expenses and type here 60,000. 60,000, right? And it will automatically divided the share as we mentioned in the predefined cost center allocation center. Okay. So here we just pay the 60,000 and it will be divided into three sections: Airtel, Reliance, and Vodafone bill, right? 20, 60, and 20 ratio.
Yes,
Understood?
sir.
Similarly, if you want to just pay the hotel expenses, you need to just choose your hotel. And again, we need to just select the cash account and just choose expensive and type here 1 lakh rupees. Right. And it will divide into two
Yes,
hotels, as we mentioned in the hotel category. That was what one? Taj Hotel and Ashoka Hotel. Okay. 90% for the Ashoka Hotel and 10% for the Taj Hotel. It will automatically takes or distribute to two parts, as we mentioned in the
Yes, sir.
predefined allocation center. Similarly, just do go with the last, that is the electricity, like this. And here just again choose cash, and here choose cap expense account, and just type here 1,70,000. Right. And it will distribute into two parts: residential electricity and official electricity bill. And accept that. Just move out from here. And if you need to just observe that bill in the form of ratio, just click on display. And here we have the daybook option. You can directly move here by using DD, by pressing DD. D for display.
Yes, sir.
D. And press Alt F1 for the description of your bill. And just choose here the voucher and press enter. Just see there. Here we get all the ratio in this form. Just see there. Here we pay only 60,000 in the for the telephone expenses, but it will divide the bill into three parts: 12,000 for the Airtel, Reliance 36,000, and 20% that will be the Vodafone, that is 12,000. Understood? Similarly, if you want to check that, just move on here, just choose the another payment and press enter. You can see here it will divided 1 lakh amount into 90% or 10% share of Ashoka Hotel and Taj Hotel. Right. So according to our selection of the classes in the cost center, it will automatically take the percentage as we mentioned in the predefined allocation center. Understood? Clear here?
Yes, sir.
You can also observe this. Okay. Understood? That is all about predefined allocation center. Just press F11, accounting feature. And just see there, if you want to check it again, just press here yes and enter. You just see the ratio or percentage of your bill. Understood? According to this ratio,
Yes,
the bill will be distributed into multiple parts or multiple shares. Understood? Just move out and take the new topic here. Just move on here. And choose maintain budget. Have you learned this budget option or not?
No, sir.
Just use yes option. Okay. And after activating this budget, just press enter and accept this. feature and move out here from here, and here we just decide the budget. You see there, here the budget comes, and press enter here and click on create. Okay, so here we define the budget for the expenses. Just type here budget 2022, 21, 23. Okay, that is the primary, and period is starting from the 1st April to 31st March of the next year. Okay, here we mention on the ledgers, not for the group. So we need to just press here yes, and just choose the ledger that will be expenses account, and you can define the center by using the space, and you can choose here the different classes of bill. So here we have all the things here available. You can choose Airtel on closing balance, that will be 25,000. Similarly, just give space and choose again end of the list, and choose here another bill that will be Reliance. Just type here 75,000 bill, and next one expense and Vodafone. So here we mention only the 3 cost centers, Airtel, Reliance, and Vodafone, and just type here 90,000.
Yes,
So
sir.
here we have the predefined bills. Okay, and accept that. And after doing that, just move by using escape button and move here outside and choose accounting voucher, and just pay some bill again. Just press F5 and choose your bill payment. That will be telephone bill, and just type cash here and choose. And just type here
Yes, sir.
5,000, or just type 4,50,000. It will distribute to multiple parts, and you can check here. Just move outside, and you want to just check the budget. It will be either it will be over budget or under the budget. So just move on the trial balance sheet. Use the shortcut key D and T. D for display and T for trial balance sheet. After coming here, just press Control Alt plus D. Alt plus D to open the budget. Just see there, you will get this list of budget, and press enter here. Right. And press Alt F1. You will get the budget here.
Yes, sir.
This is the expense account, and here we have the budget. Right. If you want to just observe it again, you just need to move on here, and again just make some separate ledger for that particular budget. Just press enter here and create some ledger. Just see there. Here we choose your transport expenses. Transport expenses. Right. Under indirect expenses, and you don't need to just activate your cost center. So just press N for the no and accept that. Right. Move outside, and we add here budget, the part for the transport. Just click on create.
Yes, sir.
You can alter the budget by using the alter. Right. And here we choose the ledger, just press yes. And here we include only the transport expenses, not for the others. Just remove it, not applicable. And on closing balance, 35,000 like this. And remove this again, and remove this again. Right. And accept that.
Yes, sir.
And then move here and again choose the accounting voucher and pay the bill, not for the any category, only for the not applicable. Just choose here, because we don't need use here cost center. Okay, just use directly payment of the transport expenses, and here we just type 75,000 as a bill payment. Right. And move outside, analyze the budget. Just press DT for the trial balance sheet, and press Alt plus B. Alt plus B for the budget, and press enter. You will get the things like this. Just see there. When you press Alt F1, you can observe here. Just see there. Here we have the budget bill. Budget is 35,000. This is the transport expenses bill, 35,000. Okay. But we have
Yes.
expenses here 75,000, means 40,000 is the over budget. Okay. So here we have to decide the budget for the next financial year more than 35,000, and it should be equal to, it will be equal to 75,000, because there is shortage of 40,000 in this financial year. Right. So we use the budget only for the analysis. Our expenses is proper or will be proper for the next year or not. and was proper for the previous year or not. So on the basis of previous expenses, we just decide the future expenses, right? And it will help us to decide the future expenses properly and maintain the or take some money for the future expenses, right? So that is all about which option? Budget.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So here we have the difference. This is the budget variance is 40,000 minus 40,000. Understood? So here we have the over budget. Clear? Just move outside. That is all about budget. Just press F11 here and move on accounting feature. And here we have the next option that will be debit note and credit note. Just accept that. Debit note and credit note. Just activate this voucher. Just press here yes. And again yes and again yes. So here we just try to activate debit and credit note, and after accepting this by using Control A, it will accept it here, right? Move outside. And we need to make some ledgers here. Just click on ledger and press enter and create here. First one, purchase account under the purchase account, right? And accept this. We don't need to activate your cost center, just press no. Just keep in mind. Then sales account under sales account. It comes under the sales account. We don't need to activate here cost center. Just accept it. Just type here supplier and under sundry creditor and accept that. And customer dot dr under sundry debitor. So we make some party for the transactions, right? During purchase and
Yes, sir.
and accept that. Just move outside from here because we have made some laser here. Just press here. You can check here. First one, that is the customer. If the company want to sell whom to customer, and company just purchase some goods from the supplier. So during purchase, we use the supplier party, and when we use the sale, we use here customer for the selling party, right? So just move outside, and here we have the purchase
Yes,
account. Account, we just mentioned the purchase amount, and in the sales account, we mentioned the how much amount we sell the. We can mention the selling amount in this particular ledger. Just move outside from here and accounting feature. Just press here F9 to purchase. Just type here Alt plus I. If you don't want to describe the item, you just press Alt plus I. It will show the particular because we don't here use the item. So that's why we have to deactivate the item invoice. Just type here PUR/01. Press enter. And the purchasing party will be supplier. We need to purchase from the supplier. And here the basic detail of the supplier, you can just type here according to headings and just choose the purchase amount. We purchase here some 45,000 rupees from the supplier. We purchase some goods from the supplier, amount of rupees
Yes, sir.
45,000. Accept that by using Control A. And F8 for the sale. Voucher, just press SAL/01 and sale to whom? To customer, and accept that. And just choose your sales account, and you know very well we have to sell the particular goods at more price than the purchasing price, more than the cost price, right? Selling price should be more than the cost price. Then we will get the benefit. Otherwise, we will have loss.
Yes, sir.
Just type 95,000 rupees. That is the selling amount, and accept that, right? And if you want to just accept amount from the customer, just press F6. And here we choose not applicable and choose the cash amount. We just receiving the cash from the customer. That will be the amount 95,000 and accept that. Similarly, if you want to just pay the amount to the supplier, just press F5. And we have to pay amount because we have purchased goods from the supplier. So we need to pay the amount to the supplier. How much amount? You can observe here, this is the 45,000. We have to pay this amount and write this, it will pay and it becomes 0, right? After finishing these transactions, if customer want to return some goods in the form of amount, right? Then we need to pass here the credit note. Just press Alt plus F, Control plus F8. You will get the credit note, right? If customer after purchasing, he want to return some goods, then we use and we pass the credit note. Like this, just type here CR/note. You can
Yes, sir.
like 01 and press enter. And party was customer. That's why we choose here the party was customer. He was returning some amount or goods of 5,000. He is returning here 5,000 rupees of goods, and we just accept in the sale. We deduct the amount from the sales amount, right? So here we have only the
Yes.
90,000 because 5,000 deducted from the selling amount. Clear? And we have to pay this amount to the customer because they have returned some goods of 5,000. Similarly, company want to return the goods to supplier. So just press here Control plus F9. That is debit note. We need to just pass here debit note. Just type here DB note oblique 01. Right. And here we choose what? Supplier. Because supplier accepting some goods of 5,000 because the company is returning here some goods of 5,000. So we just deduct the amount from the purchase. Just see there 45,000 amount becomes 40,000 because we have returned here 5,000 of rupees of goods, right? Accept that. And after doing that, we have to receive some cash from the supplier because we have returned here goods to supplier. That's why we just receiving some amount from the supplier. What is the amount? 5,000. Just type here 5,000. Understood?
Yes, sir.
Accept that. Similarly, just press here F5 to pay the amount to the customer because he has returned goods. So we have to pay amount to customer, right? And that is the transaction of credit note and debit note. You can observe all the things and you move here display and press your D to get the debook and press Alt F1. Here we have all the entered vouchers detail. You can observe here, and by following this, we can analyze each and every transaction of your accounting process of the today in debook. Understood? And if you want to check the trial balance sheet, just here you can observe the trial balance sheet. Which how much amount in which account you can observe here. That is the purchase of 40,000 and selling of 90,000. And the profit between the difference of that 50,000, that is my profit 50,000. You can observe the profit in this particular profit and loss report. Just move here. You can observe here. Here we have the profit of 50,000, but we have paid some bills here. That's why it is showing net loss, right? If we don't pay the bill
Yes.
of these two, it means we have a profit. We have profit, but we just pay some amount in this form of expenses, transport expenses. So after differencing of these profit and these expenses, we have the net loss of 8,05,000. Clear? Understood?
Yes.
Clear, dear?
Yes, sir.
Just try these things